Hello everyone, so I'm watching what we're watching. It's Euro News and it's just gone 2 o'clock in the morning and it's the latest bulletin headlines. And we've got, here we have David Cameron, the British Prime Minister, our leader, puppet, plonker and war criminal. And yes, him and the Irish guy here, they're talking about the European Union and the propaganda that's going on. You see, this guy here got back into power by dangling a carrot. And don't forget, the British people never voted this guy to be leader. His party votes him to be leader. So it's the whips of the party that tell the other good boys and girls to get in line and to put him in charge. The British public never ever vote for him or Tony Blair or anybody else. Just the same as Obama and the Clintons. You don't get them in power. You vote for the party, and it's the party that puts them in power. Anyhow, so this particular bit, they're going on about the European Union because he dangled the carrot to the British public saying, I will give you a referendum, a vote, if you want to remain in the European Union or out of the European Union. Now, listen, everybody, it's all been designed in the UK for all of us to hate and fight each other. You've got to remember that this small nation of ours can't have the influx on the systems that are in place. So these millionaires, billionaires that allow it to happen, you see, these are the people with the keys to the doors to the country, and they open the doors and they allow everybody coming in through certain means as refugees, asylum seekers, migrants, and people just, you know, emigrating. That's not to mention the people that get married and everything else and bring their families over. So these millionaires are the people that open the door to the United Kingdom for everybody to come in, go into society, and then society is divided, and then we start hating and fighting each other. It's a little bit like the cordial. The National United Kingdom people is like the concentrated, and the water is the dilution. And that's what they're doing. This is that whole agenda with Europe. They're diluting everybody down. You know, they just want us all looking and running around headlessly. So he dangled the carrot for the UK people to say, right, okay, 2016, you can have a referendum in and out. But let me tell you, people, it's rigged, it's fixed. We will never leave the European Union. It has to remain in place for the one world government, the New World Order to take place. It's a stepping stone. So you've got to think of the European Union like a bit of a jigsaw puzzle that has to go with another piece to eventually have the one piece as one. So they won't they won't like to see it fractured at all. That's why Scotland never got the devolution vote. That's why we won't leave the European Union, and the propaganda's already started. He built it up saying, we've got 500 million consumers in the European Union, blah, blah, blah. People aren't worried about that. People are worried about their schools, the hospitals, the doctors not being able to see them, all this. What they're doing is collapsing the NHS, people. They're collapsing it and they're going to privatise it all out, and you're going to have to pay for insurances. But they won't give you any refunds on your taxes that already funds this organisation. It's mates with mates, people. So let's just go on, because I just want to show you a bit of a symbol here. And of course, this the United Tribes of Jacob, and the red, the white, and the blue. The heavens, the hell, and or the night, the day, and the in between. Shemesh, wheel, sun, all that sort of stuff. But anyhow, let's listen to what he says. I've just waffled on. Sorry. Right. Okay.
The single market with 500 million consumers, a quarter of the global economy.
quarter of the global economy. Talking about him and his mates, his military companies and so forth.
With a seat at the table and a say over the rules.
The UK is due to hold a...
Now, this is what I want to say. You see, the commentator there was just going to tell you that we're due to hold a referendum. And the BBC especially, which they're all connected, these news stations, are heavily into the propaganda bit now and the scare tactics of us remaining in the European Union. It's time each country took the sovereignty back and all became friendly. I mean, I remember when I was a kid, it was great going to Italy and, you know, France and Germany. It was all different, you know. It was great having the franc and the Deutschmark and all this sort of stuff, you know, going to the currency exchange. But now it's just all one sort of stuff. But look what's going on here, because this is the symbol I want to show you. You see, on the surface, on the stage, these two countries have been at it for centuries. Brother killing brother, basically. But who are these two people that lead these two countries? Who are these two people that none of the people actually voted into power, but nonetheless, they're here heading it up, not to mention wars. And, but this is what I want to show you. The Masonic handshake. These two people are Freemasons. Look, because the handshake gets better. Look where the thumb's positioned. Look what they do this. This is all Masonic, people. This is. That's a Masonic handshake, that is. Good on both smiling. See, they turn for the cameras, but look, you can quite clearly see the position in there. The finger, the thumb. These two are brothers in the brotherhood of the Masonic Lodge. Doesn't matter what you are, and Cameron here, his eye is a little bit funny there. See that, people? It's definitely a little bit odd, his eye there. It looks almost golf ballish. But he's a war criminal, just like the rest of them, people. You know, is the one that leads us to anarchy. And of course, you know, something's going to happen in Britain shortly. You know, they're allowing everybody in. And again, it was like, what was it? That man-made disease that they delivered it to the place where they knew people travel more than anywhere. Oh, yes. It was, what was it? Keep on thinking of Obama, but what was it? Obile or something. Obole. Anyhow, delivered to Africa because they know the Africans travel and everything else. But so the British, listen how funny it is and how bizarre the show is. In Britain, they got on the news and they said, right then, Ebola, sorry, I beg your pardon. They said, right then, for us to stop the spread of Ebola, we're going to quarantine Gatwick Airport. We're going to basically put a puddle down and everybody can splash their feet in and then enter the country. Thank you very much. That will protect us, won't it? No. What about Birmingham, Manchester, Newcastle, Cardiff, Glasgow, Edinburgh, Luton, Stansted? You know, the list is endless. There's as many doors to the house, Mr. Cameron David, you Freemason. And this guy here. So, you know, you've got to remember that behind the curtain, these guys do what they're told. They're on a level of brotherhood, but these two are only assets. They will be controlled, people. And of course, we know who controls Ireland. Don't be naive. It's the same people who control the United Kingdom. But look, you see, this is a Masonic handshake there. And he just loved it. The Irish guy, he didn't want to let go there. He wanted to hold hands and skip through the daisies. So yeah, I'll just show you that again.
And remain a member of the single market with 500 million consumers, a quarter of the global economy.
He's a joker, he's a jester, he is. He's a, yeah, I bet all throughout his school they put a wig on him and bent him over, asked him look for the fiver on the floor.
with a seat at the table and a say over the rules.
Well, the UK is due.
See, look, he was the one that instigated the handshake there. And just to let him know straight away, look where he places his thumb. He brings it in to indentate it into the top palm, into the middle, the finger outstretched, and old David will be doing the same on the opposite side. That is a Masonic handshake. David now acknowledges the brotherhood by taking the shoulder. So this is all Masonic, people, this is. He instigates the handshake, he acknowledges it, and they are a brotherhood. This is a play, it's a stage. We are the audience. We are being programmed, people. So I just wanted to show you that, how this vote won't make no difference at all. It's rigged. We'll stay in the European Union. It has to come about that way. Make no heads, unless, you know, they create chaos before that vote ever happens. But that, people, I've no doubt about it at all, is Masonic. These guys are Freemasons. You only can get to the top if you are a Freemason, a high 33 degrees Freemason, just like Putin is, just like Obama is. These two, like other leaders, puppets that they put at the top of each country, are nothing but part of the brotherhood. Doesn't matter if you're British, English, Irish, black, Chinese. It does not matter, people. They are a brotherhood to themselves and have no allegiance to the country, to the state, or to its citizens. Only to the brotherhood and the wealth and the bloodlines that control them, people. So yeah, I just wanted to show you this here on the news, how visual it is, how quite easy it is to see and everything else. But of course, you know, people won't know the symbols and the symbology of what just happened there. So yeah, it's all done under sort of cloak and dagger, pardon the pun, but yeah, these guys here, just brothers from the Brotherhood of the Freemasonic Society that want to kill most of us, people. So, okay, thank you very much for watching. Cheerio. Bye-bye.